What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Optimize You, the podcast where we help you transform your health, fitness, nutrition, mindset, identity, and create that lasting change in your life. I'm really after impacting lives with this. That's my intent for this episode here. This is overcoming myself. This is my weekly little 10, 15-minute blurb where I come on, I talk about my life, I talk about what I'm doing currently to transform my life, to overcome myself on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and just constantly get a little bit better and a little bit closer to the version of myself that I really want to be, which is always going to change, right? I'm always trying to get better. I'm always trying to strive towards a better version of myself, which is why I have something I've been doing since this event that I went to not too long ago, which is called Daily Tallies. I got it from David Nurse. If you don't know who David is, take a look at him. He's in the personal development space. He's a guy, he works heavily with mindset, and he's with like NBA players, like NBA All-Stars. And I saw him, he spoke at an event that I was at about a month ago or so. Might even been less than that. I don't know how long ago it was. It's like 2-3 weeks, maybe something like that. I don't know. I lose track of time, but it was not that long ago. And he talked about using this daily tallies format. And it's almost, to me, an extra way for me to build confidence and to have evidence that I am the person I say I am, and evidence that I'm moving towards the best version of myself. Because my definition for success is to take one step forward towards my own true full potential, towards the best version of myself every single day that I'm on earth. And I think that's a really good one for a lot of you to really embody as well and to take from me, because so many people, it's so easy. And I came from this as well. I thought that I had to do so many things. I thought I had to do a million things to move towards where I wanted to be. But the natural and the reality of all this is that if we just constantly move a little bit closer to that version, then we're always winning each day, right? Because that's a win. If I can check a mark at the end of the day and be like, you know what? I took a step forward. I did some things today that moved me in the direction of my goals. That's amazing. And then if you can look back and be like, shit, because I've looked back and I now have like 20 straight, right? I have 20 straight days where I've moved in the direction of my goals. And that is building confidence. That's building evidence that I am the person that I say I am. That's building confidence. And that's building that I am the person who keeps the promises to myself, which is huge and which is something that I take a lot of pride in. I always want to keep those promises to myself. I think that's one of my most important things. Is when I say I'm going to do something, I do it, because I've been in that place where I have not kept those promises way too many times. And I don't want to go back there, because I know that just continued to get me into a worse and worse place. So I would challenge you all to use this daily tallies format where you do a tally on a piece of paper every day that you move in the direction of your goals, that you take one step forward and do something that moves you towards your own true full potential. And by the end of the week, hopefully you have 7 tallies. By the end of the month, hopefully you have 30, 31 tallies, and you can continue to move in that direction and just show yourself another bit of evidence that you're moving towards where you want to be. Because a lot of times, if you're like me, you used to define wins, or you define wins potentially like these huge milestones in your life, when it doesn't have to be that way. A win is something as simple as taking a step forward, as taking a quarter of a step forward. And once you realize that, you'll see a lot more wins in your life, and you'll build a lot more confidence and a lot more just self-worth and a lot more momentum, really, which is what we're all after. We're after that momentum, because once you get it going, it's hard to stop it, and you don't want to stop it. It's hard to get it going again. Gets that ball rolling, takes a few weeks, right? We've all been there where we fell off and we've tried to get back on, and it's taken a while to get back on. And something else I've been doing is I've been working heavily on myself. So I've talked about this, like this is my life. It's me every day. I'm constantly working on myself. I'm constantly working to try to get better, to try to overcome myself a little bit more. And this has been digging back into some of the versions of myself that are still holding me back. I have this like tough guy version of myself. And I've been reading this book called No Bad Parts, which is kind of realized that like, oh, I've started to pick apart these different parts of myself that show up that, oh, wow, I don't like that, right? I don't like this tough guy who like feels like he has to puff his chest out, right? He's walking by people like trying to like be dominant, right? Trying to think that that's what people want. That's what people respect. That's what girls respect, right? When I know that's not the case. People respect a good person, a person that has good intentions. And that's what I'm really trying to embody. And so like, I'm trying to dig back into the past and try to really get to know this version of myself a little bit more and get to know what I need to be able to move forward and get past this. Cause this is just one of the many things I have, right? I have a lot of different versions of myself, a lot of different parts that are still holding me back. And I think we all do. It's a never ending journey of trying to work through, figure out, get down to the root cause of why do I feel the need to be that tough guy? Why, like what happened to me at an earlier age and what situations can I kind of look into that help me understand what I needed at that time and how I can comfort myself and be that version of myself that can help more of my true self come out. Cause that's just something that's more of like what people would call ego, right? It's kind of a part of the ego. And the more we can become our true higher self, the better we're going to be and the better we're going to feel, the happier we're going to feel, the more fulfilled we're going to feel, the more impact we're going to make. And that's what I'm truly after, like I said, with this podcast and just with my life, is to make a bigger impact, to help people change, to help people create lasting change without having to have so much resistance, without having to have just this rock bottom moment that I've had with different areas of my life. And so that's really what I'm truly after with this. And the last thing is I had this realization. And so I'm going to try to talk more on realizations that I have throughout this Overcoming Myself episode as well. And it's about identity. So I've been listening to this audiobook, Happy Pocket Full of Money, and it's been amazing. It's right up my alley. It talks about like the quantum field and just a lot of things around that and how we can really achieve anything we want. It talks about goal setting. It talks about just being, and that's kind of where this is going here. So like, I'm huge on identity. I think that identity is one of the core things that holds people back, because how we identify, how we basically acknowledge ourselves, how we label ourselves is really what determines our thoughts and our actions, right? Which determines our life. So like really our identity will determine what happens on a daily basis. And a lot of people I've found, they think that they wait for outside circumstances to change, right? They wait for like shit to happen for them to be able to change. And that's the complete wrong way to do it, because a lot of times people aren't just going to come into your life and change you, right? You need to change yourself. You need to take initiative. You need to take just action and really understand that you are fully responsible for everything that happens in your life. And you can change that at any moment by going back and changing your state or changing your identity, changing the way that you identify. And so like if I'm somebody who wants to be healthy, for an example, right? I'm like, God, I want to be healthy. Like I'm not healthy, all this stuff. Like a lot of times people will just complain about it. Oh, I'm not healthy. Like, oh, like this is happening. Like they make excuses, right? Like, oh, you know what? Like this person, like they eat this way. So like I can't eat in a way that I want to be healthy, right? The thing is when you continue to complain, you continue to just blame those outside circumstances from you, you continue to just have the same cycle happen after day after day after day, because you identify as not being healthy, right? But if you would just decide that today I'm going to change and I'm going to be healthy, I'm going to embody health, then you will see your thoughts change. You will see your actions change. You will see the things around you change and different possibilities happen in front of you. And what happens is with this, if I continue to hold that state of health, of embodying health, of being healthy, then eventually I become healthy. Because if I am already identifying as a healthy person, it's only a matter of time before my outside surroundings follow suit, right? And the same thing with wealth. If you're somebody who's like, I want to be wealthy or I want to make more money, you have to be wealthy. You have to embody wealth. You have to embody abundance. And when you do that and you can hold that state, your surroundings will change. Your thoughts will change, because guess what? You're no longer thinking as a poor person or somebody who does not have wealth. You are thinking in terms of somebody who is abundant, because you are abundant, because your thoughts determine it. If I think I'm somebody who's abundant, if I think I'm somebody who's wealthy, I am wealthy and wealth will come to me. Even if I don't have physical wealth right now, and wealth can mean anything. Love, right? Wealthy with love, wealthy with friends, with family, with money, whatever it is. If I don't have physical wealth in terms of money, like It's only a matter of time before that wealth comes to me because I am already a wealthy person. I'm already embodying that. And so that's kind of deep. But the thing I want to get through to you guys is that we have to change our states to change our thoughts, to change our actions, to change everything around us. If we continue to sulk, if we continue to complain, if we continue to just perpetuate our state that we're in and feel sorry for ourselves and be like, I can't do this or I can't do that, then we're going to continue to be stuck in that cycle because nobody's coming for you. Nobody is coming to change you. You have to change yourself. You have to take responsibility for everything in your life. And once you understand that everything you do has an effect and everything that you do comes back to you and comes back to your state and comes back to your identity, then we start to get somewhere and you start to make these huge strides and you start to think differently and you start to act differently and you start to have different results in your life. And so hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully you can change your state. If this was helpful, please let me know. Drop a comment, like, subscribe, rate us, share this with a friend. It really helps us grow. And really our mission, my mission here is to help you all transform, to help make an impact in your life and hopefully help you become better and overcome yourself like I am and develop that new identity of somebody who actually achieves your goals. So thank you so much again for taking some time to watch or listen to this. I really appreciate you. I hope you have a good rest of your day, a good rest of your week, and I'll be talking to you soon.